Prophet ﷺ gave a very simple formula. You want to have friends? Easy. Love for your brothers what you love for yourself. Do we really love for our brothers what we really love for ourselves? How many of us sit down and backbite people? How many of us talk about others? Pick up the phone. Hello, salam alaikum. Did you hear about her? My God, you know, she. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm fasting. Yeah, inshallah, Ramadan Kareem, ma'a salama, bye-bye. Or the brothers. You know, that guy, never say salam to him anymore. Well, what happened? The other day I was sitting in the majlis, he walked by me, he didn't even say salam to me. So you know what? Everyone boycott him. And you know what? Let me send an email. Is there anything else? Yes, let me say Facebook, Twitter. How many times have you seen that happen, my brothers and sisters, in this community? How many times have you seen that happen? Where people just spread rumors, gossip, so on and so forth about others. I heard. Well, did you confirm? No, but I heard. When you hear something, make sure it's real. Even if you see something of a believer, which may seem contradictory to the religion, before you come to the judgment, to the conclusion, check. You see a man, for example, a young man, for example, eating something in the month of Ramadan. Oh, astaghfirullah, I thought he's a mu'min. Maybe he's got some illness and he can't fast. So we have to really not jump to conclusions, even when we see something. Love for people what you love for yourself. Very simple formula, but very difficult to implement. And that's where you find a true muttaqi, a true pious person. And one thing I tell you, brothers and sisters, I've attended many funerals, subhanallah. One thing that people usually, in most cases, they remember of the deceased is his character or her character, akhlaq. I have rarely heard people who say, Allah yarhamu kan yusalli kathiran. He used to pray a lot. That I have not heard much. Usually, what do people talk about? His characteristic. May Allah have mercy on him. He used to help people. Oh God, have mercy on him. He used to donate. Well, again, that's a generosity. That's a characteristic. So that's what people remember, the akhlaq. You want people loving you? Well, treat them with respect. Right now, if I ask you, can you name one of the most successful people? Who would you name? Bill Gates, okay. Imam Ali, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. How old are you, my son? 8. No wonder you say Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Because as you grow up older, then you start forgetting about Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. You think of Bill Gates. In most cases, what the brother just mentioned it's true. You ask people, who do you think is the most successful people in the world today? And they'll give you names like Bill Gates, people who are billionaires, people who might be in positions of authority, prime ministers, presidents, etc., governors, people who have some kind of fame. These are the ones whom people usually associate success with. We have an example of someone who in this country is quite famous. He is a billionaire and he's the head of your whole country. He's got wealth, fame, power, authority. But let me ask you a question here, honestly. Do people love him? Look what the New York Times writes about him. The man himself is not an idiot. He knows this is how people feel about him. And he writes 140 characters, which is, I think, the maximum he can write. He knows it. Imagine living with that kind of a feeling, where you know people just don't like you. Is that success? Whereas you might have people who don't have nearly as much power, nearly as much authority, nearly as much wealth, but people love them. A few years ago, when the terrorists attacked Iraq, and they swept almost 2/3 of the country, they started killing, bloodshed. One of our ulama, one of our maraj' al-taqleed, one of our scholars gave a fatwa asking people to stand up for terrorism and to defend the poor and to defend the defenseless. Did you see what happened? About 3 million people jumped to respond. And the country was saved by the blessings of Allah and Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. How could a man who has no army, no military, he does not have billions of dollars, but people love him so much? He cares about the people. When you love for people what you love for yourself, people will love you. That's what the Prophet ﷺ told this man.